Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, students of class 10th. I hope that all of you are fine. Today we are going to do the exercise of chapter number 1. As you can see on your screen, there is the vocabulary portion in which the section A is to give the meaning of each word as used in the lesson. So, the first word over here is model. Now, what do you think model means? It means an example. The second word is piety. Piety means devotion to God or holiness. Then we have the next word, and that is eternal. Eternal means everlasting or something that lasts forever. Then we have the next word, earned. Earn means got with effort. When you earn something, when you struggle for something and then you achieve that thing, so it is your earning. Okay. Then we have the next word, and that is sermon. Now, sermon means a religious address. Okay. जैसे खुतबा देते हैं इसी तरीके से it's known as sermon in English. Then we have revenge. Now, what is the meaning of revenge? It is already written in the glossary as well. That is something that you do to hurt or punish someone because they have hurt you. So, there is another word, avenge. You must also have heard that word, and if you have seen the movie Avengers, so you are gonna know, okay, what it means. Avenge means that you are taking the revenge of someone else. Okay. And revenge means that you're taking you want to punish someone because they have done bad to you or they have hurt you. So this is the difference between avenge and revenge. Then we have the next word, commandment. Now here commandment means divine law, the law that has been given by Allah Almighty. Then we have the next word, upheld. Upheld means supported. Okay. The next word is destitute. Now destitute means very poor person or poverty stricken, a person who's very poor. The word destitute is used for that person. Then we have the next word, and that is proclaim. Proclaim means declared. That's just like the holy prophet declared the oneness of Allah. So in the same way, proclaim means declared. Then the next last word is transcends. Now transcend means go 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 transcends, goes beyond. Beyond means the whatever the limited, it is going or exceeding that, it means transcend. Now as you come down to exercise number B, here we have choose the appropriate synonym of the following words. Okay. So here the first word is equitable. Now this word mostly comes in your multiple choice questions in the paper. So it is, you can say, one of the most important MCQ, mostly used, quite often used here and there. Okay. So over here we are gonna use equitable, and now equitable has three meanings: fair, just, and equal. So you're gonna mark fair. Okay. Then the next one is ancestors. Now ancestors means what? Ancestors are your forefathers. Option number B is the right answer. Okay. Now we are gonna move to the next page. Okay, now here we are with on the next page, and here the word foe is written, and you have three options. One is relative, enemy, or friend. Or obviously this is quite easy, you should know. Foe means enemy. Okay. Then the next word is firm. Now you have three options: expensive, powerful, and persistent. So when I read the option, you should also try to give the answer to yourself as well, so that you understand. So here firm means persistent. Okay. The next word is glorious. Now glorious, there are three meanings: lustrous, splendid, and fabulous. The right option is splendid. Okay. Now give meanings of the following phrasal verbs and use these phrasal verbs in sentences. Now these phrasal verbs are also very important. Why? Because you are gonna get a 4-mark question of phrasal verbs and you are supposed to use it in a proper sentence. Now this is very important. Okay, how is phrasal verb made? When a preposition and verb combine. Okay, what am I saying? Preposition and verb, when they both combine, they become, it makes a phrasal verb. And mostly the phrasal verbs has a different meaning. Okay, the surface meaning may be different, but the inner meaning is mostly different. So if you look at the word, the first one is guilty of. Now this word, what does it mean? It means to judged to be a wrongdoer. Guilty of means judged to be a wrongdoer. The second one is the phrasal verb is belong to. Now it belong to means connected to, ठीक or to owed by. The OWED, to owed by, yani you own something or something belongs to you. And the next word is exchange for. Exchange for means in return for. Okay, and the last one is in accordance with. It means in agreement with something. So this is your uh, option number C, exercise number C. This you are supposed to do on your notebook. Why? Because these are very important. Okay, now we move to further. Next step is you choose the correct option. Now in paragraph 1, dash details of the holy prophet characteristics are given, which they are basically. Now here we are with the best option. So in the paragraph 1, general details of the holy prophet was of the holy prophet's characteristics are given. So point out on the general. And the next one is the key idea of paragraph number 2 is, it is basically option number C, and it means Hazrat Muhammad was just and fair even before his prophethood. The third example point is example given in the paragraph number 3 and 4 shows that. What does it show? Is option number A, that Hazrat Muhammad was a just head of the state. Okay, this is we are done with this page. Now I'm gonna move to the next page. Okay, now here we are with on the next page. This is okay, paragraph 5 shows what? It shows option number B, the justice of Hazrat Muhammad was a source of peace and security for the non-Muslims. Now, to whom did the Rasul give the following advice when two men come? Who was the person? You very well know the personality. It is basically Hazrat Ali. Okay, so this is the option number B. You can get even such easy options in the paper, so don't miss anything from the book. You should try to read each and everything, whatever is present in the book. Okay. Okay, now here we are with the question answers. I will provide the question answers later. But you should also try to do. I told you to do it on your rough notebook. Some of you have shown me, and I've seen the question answers, but most of the class did not participate in it. So next time I give you something, it's supposed to participate in it properly. And the last time most of you were sleeping, so I hope this time you will not be sleeping at 9 o'clock. Try to be awake from 9 to 10. Okay ji, the next is grammar portion, and we have what? As you can see, there are two things, concrete and abstract. Yes, so we are gonna discuss concrete noun and abstract noun. Now you know what is noun, and you know the different types of nouns as well, and concrete noun is not an exception. Most of you know what is concrete noun, but still I'll just explain it to you that concrete noun is something solid, something which you can touch, that you can say it's concrete noun. Okay, and abstract noun is something which you can't touch. It's an idea, a thought, a state. For example, childhood. Now childhood is a state. okay, but we are going to say कि it's an abstract noun. Now happiness जिसको हम उर्दू में खुशी कहते हैं, ठीक है, वो क्या है? It's an abstract noun. So these are the things that you should know. Okay, that this is the difference between concrete and abstract noun. If you look at the definition, the revenge of the father cannot be taken on his son. The son is a proper human being, and that can be is considered as what? As concrete noun. And father, again a proper human being, and that is that's you're going to say that it's a concrete noun. If you look at the abstract noun example, he decided their case with equity and justice. Now both these words are your abstract nouns. Okay, now this is your exercise. I hope this is quite easy one. I'm going to show you the first one, and the rest you're supposed to do it yourself. Do it on the book, don't do it on the notebook. If you have the book, just do it over there, but you have to do it properly. Now here we have the first one. She puts much effort. Now effort is your what? Abstract noun. Okay, to her studies, studies is again your abstract noun. Okay, it's not something concrete, it's not something solid, so both of these blanks are your abstract noun. As she wants to score good marks, so this is your abstract noun in the first line. Now on the next page, here we are, we have the question, exercise is part 2, 3, 4, 5. This you're supposed to do it yourself, it's quite easy. Now we move on to the next topic, and that is choose whether each sentence needs an indefinite article, a or an, or a definite article, the, or no article. So over here, before doing this, you should understand what are articles. Okay, okay G, here we are with the articles, and first of all I just want to clear some points about articles. I know most of you know this what is an article, but again I will tell you. Articles are of total, there are 3 articles. When once this question came in the paper, okay, how many articles are there? Okay, um, there are 2 types of questions: how many articles are there, and how many types of articles are there. So if somebody asks you how many articles are there, so automatically what will be your answer? Your answer will be 3. And if somebody asks you, okay, how many types of articles are there, then your answer should be 2. Okay, so there are 2 types of articles, and one is indefinite article. It consists of a or an. A means what? A means one, and an also means one. Now a is used with consonant. Now what do you mean by consonant? Consonant का मतलब होता है वो letters जो vowels नहीं है, they are known as consonants. Now here we are with the consonant, we use a, and with the vowels we use an. Whereas with the definite pronoun, definite article is the. Now the is used with a particular with the superlative degree of an adjective. It can be used with heavenly bodies as the sun, the moon, the sky, and it is also used with the important uh, oceans, names of oceans, name of important peaks. You can use the K2, or you can say the Pacific Ocean or the Indus River. So these are the things that where you are supposed to use the. Now coming back to the article and the, there's one more important thing. Now I'm gonna write that important thing in front of you, and those who don't know will understand. Okay, what am I saying? We use and the vowel when we have a vowel sound with us. Okay, so you can use an only when the word is giving you a vowel sound. And what is your vowel sound? A, E, O. Okay, I repeat, when your vowel sound is a, E, O, only then you can use an with it. Okay, if your word is starting with a vowel but it is not giving you a vowel sound, then it means that you cannot use an with it. And the example is below. Look at the word European. Now European is a vowel, but it is not giving you the sound of a e o. It's European. Okay, so u is also over here giving you a proper consonant sound. It's not giving you a vowel sound. So here we are using a European. Or for example, uniform. Now uniform also again has a with it, and we are going to use a uniform because u is giving you a proper u sound, not a vowel sound. So in the same way, we are gonna if a consonant is giving you a vowel sound, automatically what are you going to use? You are going to use an with it. For example, an honest man. You're not going to you are will not say a honest man. You're going to say an honest man. And he was an hour late. hour means घंटा, so he was an hour late. आप इस तरीके से इसको कर सकते हैं. Okay, I hope you understand. Okay, now here we are. When a consonant is going, going vowel sound नहीं होना चाहिए, giving vowel sound होना चाहिए था. ये गलती से लिखा हुआ है. And is used, for example, and यहाँ पे इन्होंने जो ये बच्ची की एक नोटबुक से मैंने देखा, लेकिन मैंने स्पेलिंग गलत लिखे हुए एयर HEIR होना चाहिए था. एन ऑनेस्ट मैन. ओके, आप इसको गलत ना लिखिएगा, ठीक लिखिएगा. नाउ वी हैव द. नाउ द इज़ यूज विद द प्रॉपर नाउन, important thing. Then the Pacific Ocean, important oceans and important peaks if है K2 वगैरह, you can use the. Now here we go. The next thing is that the is also used with the superlative degree. Okay, superlative degree of adjective, the most beautiful. If you say she is most beautiful, that will be incorrect. You are supposed to use the most beautiful word, or the most handsome, or the most wonderful. Okay. Okay, now here we are. I hope you understand the concept of the articles. Now here we are going to use the articles where it is required. Now the first one is, he asked me dash very hard question. Over here you are going to use the article a. Okay, the next one is, now if the thing is introduced for the first time, ये बात भी आप याद रखें कि something if it is introduced for the first time, you are going to use a, but if it is introduced for the second time, then you are going to use the. Now this, in the second sentence they say the question, that question that he asked was very easy. Now here we have the next third one is, have you seen dash my scarf? So you don't need anything over here. Have you seen my scarf is enough. You don't need any article over here. Could you please pass me the salt? Okay, specifically you are referring to something, so you're going to use the. Is there a good restaurant? Now this is because you're not familiar with any restaurant, so you're going to say and the next thing will be the, because now the same restaurant, the person who is pointing to a certain restaurant is कोई specific restaurant है, so that's why he's going to say the restaurant that my friend owns is very good. Then I have several good friends, don't need any article over here. And then we have the UAE. We are going to put the. Now UAE means United Arab Emirates. Okay, so United Arab Emirates is basically a plural, and ये specifically इनको point out किया गया है. That's why you are going to say the. I'll see you in a week. Okay, and I am on vacation. Put a dash over here. Okay, now we are going to do the next thing, and that is your noun phrase. Now before doing this noun phrase, I want to show you another you can see page on which a proper definition is written, and you after that we are going to come back here and discuss. Okay G, here we are, and here I am going to show you, this is noun phrase. Now noun phrase over here, I hope that you can see what is written over here. Noun phrase is a noun and any word in the sentence that modifies it. समथिंग दैट मॉडिफाइज अ नाउन इज़ अ नाउन फ्रेज. ठीक है, मॉडिफाई का मतलब है मज़ीद बताना, मज़ीद नाउन को के बारे में बताने को नाउन फ्रेज कहा जाता है. Words that can modify noun includes articles. Now how what are the words that modifies a noun? अगर ये begin कहाँ से start कहाँ से होगा? It will start from with an article. For example, a, an, the. उसके साथ आपके लिए adjective भी हो सकता है. Adjectives can be used and then participles as well. यहाँ पे they are gonna say and possessive pronouns. Now example is the quick brown fox. If you look over here, the quick brown fox, let me just clear it to you, jumped over the lazy dog over here. Now the underlined word, the article, quick brown, adjectives, and fox is your noun. So now this is a noun phrase because it is telling you something about the noun. Okay, which type of fox it was? It was the quick brown fox. Now here we go. The next sentence is the end of the season is hard for some athletes. Now here the end of the season. Now season is your main noun and the end of the is your additional words which are modifying this noun. So it is a noun phrase. Okay. Okay, now we are back with on the page number 9, and now noun phrase is a group of words that does the work of a noun. A young trader. Now a and young are additional words which are modifying the trader, so they are noun phrase. The underlined words and honest, fair, and just businessman is again your noun phrase. Now here we go. Underline the noun phrases in the following sentences. This is an old-fashioned hat. If you look closely, now hat is your noun basically, and an old-fashioned is your what? It is your noun phrase. Okay. Starting with an as well because it's an article. Okay. The next one is we discovered Fahad's plan. Fahad's plan is your what? That is your noun phrase. The next one, a rolling stone gathers no moss. Now, a rolling stone, a rolling stone is your noun phrase, gather no moss. Now, this is, it means the person who changes his job from one, goes from one job to another one, so he never gets stable, because when you are doing one job and after a certain period of time you are being recognized for your good efforts and people recognize you, but if you are just changing the jobs, one job and another job, you will not be recognized as a hardworking person, and no one will bother about you. Okay, now the next sentence is the recent flood caused heavy damage. Now the recent flood is your noun phrase. In the next sentence you have an oral presentation, so still presentation, not beyond that, is can be interesting. Oral presentation is your noun phrase. Okay. G. Now we have past indefinite and past continuous tense. This is your task. You're supposed to do it. Okay, do it on your book. Okay, I hope you understand. Do this on your book, and the punctuation as well. Again, do it on the book. It is taken from the book, from the lesson. You can easily do it. So these two, try to do it yourself. Okay. Okay, beta, now we are moving, we have moved to the next page, page number 13, and here we have an essay. As you know, okay, you are in class 10th now. Now, things have changed for you. First, you used to write what? You used to write paragraphs. Now, you're going to write an essay. Now, the essay is Hazrat Muhammad, an exemplary judge. ठीक है, और essay when you are writing it, this is your assignment. What should I write over here? Assignment. Can you see it or not? Yes, you can see it. It's your assignment, beta. You have to write this essay on your notebook. Okay, and the next step is that you are supposed to have a proper beginning, a middle, and end. The first paragraph should be an introductory paragraph, and after that the other concept that you are giving will be in a separate paragraphs, and there should be a concluding paragraphs as well. Concluding paragraph means the paragraph which in which you tell that you are now ending it. So you can start with the word to conclude, hence, it is said that, or therefore. With these words you can start the concluding पैराग्राफ. ठीक है. और यहाँ पे एक और चीज़ मैं जो आपको बता दूँ कि आपने हेडिंग्स नहीं देनी. प्लीज़ अवॉइड हेडिंग नहीं देनी. हेडिंग से मार्क्स कट जाते हैं ऐसे में. वट एवर यू राइट यू आर सपोज टू राइट इन अ डिफरेंट पैरा, लेकिन हेडिंग्स नहीं देनी. ओके, आई होप यू अंडरस्टैंड. एंड वन मोर थिंग, अच्छा ऐसे बनाने के लिए डोंट कोट irrelevant quotations. मतलब irrelevant quotations लिखने की बिल्कुल ज़रूरत नहीं है. बहुत से winding up my lecture, I'm going to tell you, okay, try to avoid headings and um, irrelevant quotations in the essay, and write a proper essay. This is your assignment. You are supposed to do it on your neat notebooks, okay? And I hope that you are going to do well. Okay, this is Allah Hafiz from my side, and if I find anything else related to grammar, I'm going to send it inshallah ta'ala on Friday. For the time being, it's Allah Hafiz, and I want you all to do the work that is given, especially question answers when I give you, do it on your notebooks, okay? Allah Hafiz.